From London, England, where the Queen lives.
Recorded live from an underground bunker and packaged into an MP3 with a pretty little picture. Helping to kickstart your day with the motivation and inspiration you need 365 days a year. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. And this is your host, Chris Jaggs.
Good morning! Today is Monday. Well, unless you're listening to this on a completely different day. But anyway, I hope you are having an incredible day. So let's do some station identification. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. This is the weekly episode, and I'm your host, Chris Jaggs. Thank you for being here and wanting to spend so many days listening to me talk. Now, in this episode, I wanted to keep it simple, and we should look at why this is the best method for pretty much, well, everything. Just be straight to the point and just not complicate things. Life just doesn't need to be hard, but so many people make it that way. There's something my brother once said to me when he was talking about retail, as we've both been in it, and he still is. So, shout out to my brother Paul, hope you're good. And this whole quote has always stuck with me, and I want to share it with you. Now, he said, retail isn't difficult, it's people that make it that way. It's not very often that a quote is so true, and that speaks more like a fact. Retail is known as extremely challenging, physical labour, and mentally exhausting. But that is because people make it that way. If you work in that shop, you get stock out, you get the shop ready for your customers, they come in, they buy stuff, you serve them, they pay, they leave, and you replenish what they bought. Throw in set up some new offers and promotions. It actually sounds so easy. But why isn't it? The answer is literally one word. People. People make it difficult. People do stupid things. People steal. People mess deliveries up, deliveries are late, or maybe they don't even show up. Store visits happen. The list goes on and on. And the whole concept is pretty much the same as life in general. Why does it have to be so difficult? Well, it can really be so simple, if you want it to be. Now, before we get right into this, let's have those messages, and let's just make our lives simple again.
You've got the idea.
That's a great idea.
You've got the plan.
What's your plan?
Now let's make it happen. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast.
Join us on social media. Search for Learn, Develop, Live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn, and join the motivation.
Bonjour and good day. So, let's make life simpler, shall we? Everyone could do it, but for some reason, not everyone wants to. Are you one of those people? It all begins from childhood, surprisingly. Like most things do, we tend to complicate life, and that can create the troubles that we face often on a daily basis. The simple life can and actually is a key to a happy life. Why would you want to complicate things? It's something I've often asked, and the only explanation I can find is that people love drama. They love to cause problems for others, and for some strange reason, themselves, by putting themselves in these situations as well. Now, if we look at you for this and leave the outside influence to one side, we can control our minds and put them to good use rather than letting them drift off and make life complicated. Happiness itself is the main event of life. Think of it as the engine room, the way you live each day, the things you do, decide to do, and who you are. We all know how it feels, and there are different levels. That smirk we see some funny video, or another meme, or a belly chuckle when you see something completely hilarious. We all connect to these events with different triggers, some better than others. But outside of that, we spend our days searching for the outside influences or things that we think will make us happy, instead of focusing on the simple things that truly bring us all peace. Happiness is an internal thing. How we feel about ourselves, and we tend to let the outside factors influence that. Society tells us we aren't any good at certain things, we take that influence when really we're absolutely fine and more than equipped to take on whatever we have ahead of us. Keeping things simple can mean you feel more relaxed and feel at ease with everything going on in your life. Mind, body, family, friends, love, profession, whatever it is that you have going on right now. Keep things simple can help you make space in your life to experience even more. You can do more of the things you love, go to the things you enjoy, and even want to try. There are, of course, plenty of reasons why keeping it simple is the way forward and can be achieved if you really want to. But if it's drama you're after, maybe try and stick to the soap operas on TV instead. The first step is probably best to try and get to know yourself. Okay, there are probably plenty of people who already say they know themselves pretty well already, but maybe you should challenge that. Having a clear mind is the first stage of beginning to the simple life. Put aside what you think you already know, and let's start afresh. A new slate, as they say, and you'll be interested to see what you can learn about yourself. You need to know, and if you want, write this down. Go ahead, it's all for your own benefit. You need to know what you really like, what you really love, the things that you're good at in both the short and long term. All the things that, when put together, create the greatest version of your life each day. Knowing what your likes are is important, but also learning and knowing what your core values are right now can help you prepare for what is still to come as well. No matter how well you know yourself, you still need to pay attention to yourself each day. Keep yourself updated. The self-discovery of anyone is continuous as the days go by. New things will be revealed every day. Give yourself time to do what you love is another big factor. When you keep life simple, you can dedicate more time to the thing you love to do and see the people that mean the most to you. Time is the one thing you cannot buy, so the choices you make have to be right for you. You will have to turn down projects, you'll have to turn people down, or at least make them fit around you. You'll know, or you'll work out what the best ones are for you and your time. These are the ones that will bring you the most satisfaction and success. If we move on to the power of choice, something which can be developed over time. A simple life needs a strong will to make the choices and decisions to keep it simple. There are going to be a lot of choices that go against old habits, family customs, and even approval from society. Persistence, especially at the beginning, will help you get accustomed to what the new way of living is going to be, what you're dealing with, and what the sacrifices and glimpses are that you could actually want to give up. You can also be selective to what you expose yourself to. By becoming a specialist in filtering what you see, read and hear, you can pick and choose where those outside influences come from. Times have changed when gold and diamonds were seen as the most valuable assets in the world. That is now data because of the amount that you can gain from in the business world and life in general. Just have a think about how much Facebook or Instagram actually know about you that you didn't even realise. The same goes for the media that you're exposed to. There is so much of it. Yes, there is good stuff, but there's probably a lot more of the bad stuff that will find its way to you. I actually kicked social media out at the beginning of the year, just for 2 months, and it did feel that life was a lot easier, less to worry about, and, more time to focus on the important things. So there is some truth in that. Your approach to relationships can also be simplified and give a deep and constructive friendship. A simple life means conversations are easier, misunderstandings are quickly resolved, and you just have time to enjoy each relationship or whatever level it is. There is no time wasting with tension and conflict as well as any toxic or destructive relationships. Your time is better well spent on the people that actually do matter to you. Savouring life also becomes so much easier with a simple life, as it allows you to allow the space and peace that is needed for you to savour almost every single thing in a day. Gone will be the days when you did things in haste. You'll instead feel everything on a deeper level and learn from everything you do. And because of this setup, you'll still want to be 100% involved and committed in every single thing that you do, because it's stuff that you enjoy. Another biggie is to learn to love yourself. Now, you don't need to look to fall in love with yourself. Maybe you have once before. Maybe you hate yourself. But really, what does that achieve for anyone, especially you? Look to fall in love with life. It is easy to love simple things, but keeping life simple will be easier to feel that healthy love towards yourself. Sometimes, like a lot of things, getting to the top can be easy. It's the staying there and being consistently at that high level that's the hard part. So when you do finally fall in love with yourself, try and stay there, and then fall in love with yourself again and again. No one in this world can love you if you don't love yourself first. So now it's your time to try and make life simpler. Make your life simple and actually enjoy every day surrounded by the things that you actually want to do, the people you actually do like, and continue to learn what makes you tick in this crazy world. Good luck, and let me know how you get on. Now you can find more motivation and inspiration over at www.learndeveloplive.com, And also, of course, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Everywhere on social media. Let's speak soon, and as for the podcast, well, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast.
Goodbye.
What? It's over already?
All over.
Thank you for listening to the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. I hope you feel as warm, motivated, and fuzzy inside as I do. You can connect with Chris at learndeveloplive.com or on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
I won't say goodbye. I'll just say until we meet again.
Until next time, join the motivation. Motivation.